On today's episode of the Sports Card Dad, PSA's got flow lines on the new cases. They have spoken up. And has baseball card prospecting just gone absolutely ballistic on steroids? We will dive into it. Stick around. What's going on, sports card hobby family? It's another day. It's another sports card video.
You take the card and put it in the sleeve.
I hope that you all are doing amazingly well. We're halfway through the week. It is Hump Day. Big thanks to today's video sponsor, COMC.com. 35 plus million cards on the site. Guys, they're crushing it. You can grade cards through COMC. It is the easiest place on earth to transact cards, buying and selling. So definitely check out my links down below to start your COMC journey today. Also, don't forget SlabMags on the website. They've got a fresh new supply of inventory. Check out the color match on this puppy. Use Sports Card Dad promo code for 10% off your order. You want to protect the surface, especially if you have auto cards. UV protection here, and they display like a boss. So don't forget to use Sports Card Dad promo code for 10% off your order. And lastly, but certainly not least, SGC Grading at $15 a card. Basketball cards for $12. No clubs to join. It just is easy with SGC. Turnaround time lightning fast. So make sure to go to gosgc.com. All right, speaking of grading and grading companies, PSA has an update. Of course, we've heard now they unleashed their new slab, which I think for the most part people were happy about as far as the sturdiness goes, the clarity and that sort of a thing. However, there is a small issue that popped up for a certain one, and I believe it was just for the thicker version of that new slab. A flow line is what they call it. I like that. That's a cool name for an imperfection. I'm going to start calling the wrinkles on my face, hey, they're just flow lines. It's not a crack. It's not an imperfection. It's just a flow line. But there was some uproar here where it does look like a tiny crack in the case. Now, PSA did speak up and they said that these are not cracks in the holders or scratches on your cards, which they have been mistaken for, but they did say that they understand the aesthetics created by these flow lines are an issue for collectors. And really the big reason why it's an issue is because we have to explain away anything on a case. I've had it to where I've sold a slab and there's a tiny little knot on the thing, and I end up having to issue a partial refund just to make somebody happy because there's a little dent, little divot on a slab, so people are very, very particular about the slab. It's funny because everyone's like, buy the card, not the grade. I was just talking about SlabMags earlier. If I've got an important slab, I want to protect the slab just as much as I do the card, because guess what? You can have an amazing card that's sitting in a slab. If it's got some sort of a scratch, if it's got a ding on it, then someone's going to want it reholdered. It's just a giant pain. So if you've got expensive slabs, I think it makes sense to protect them. But anyway, PSA basically saying, hey, we're going to put this on hold. We're not using any more of these particular slabs. They're new ones, the thicker ones. They do get this sorted out, which they expect to happen here over the next couple of months. So I think that's going to get sorted out. Good news, though, I think, for just hobbyists that, hey, they're not just going to say, screw it. We're just going to keep it the way it is. They are going to make those changes. And they also said that they are going to reholder for free cards that have been affected. So a lot of these that have come out, I'm not sure exactly how many, but it's probably a decent amount of these slabs have been put out into the universe. And they said in their press release here that they are going to reholder those free of charge. So some good news there, and we'll keep you up to date as we get more information. Now, Fanatics and Topps, guess what? They signed a new athlete. What a shock. But this is different. And I really want to understand kind of the thoughts from baseball card prospectors here, because of course, when we look at baseball card collecting / speculating, there is a lot of money, a lot of heavy speculation, of course, on new prospects. Is this new player that's getting drafted? Are they going to get called up? How long are they going to be in the minors? But it's a whole thing. For baseball card collectors, a lot of it revolves around statistics. When you look at the Hall of Fame standings and the vote, they're looking at stats more than they are about titles and that sort of thing. You look at a guy like Mike Trout. He's considered a generational player. He's never won anything. He's never even done anything really in a postseason, but just an overall great baseball player that unfortunately just the Angels haven't been a good enough team really to make it all work. And so Baseball is such an interesting sport in that way, different than many of the other sports, but also heavy prospecting on younger guys, prospects that are 16, 17, 18 years old that are, drafted, they're coming up. And when they get that call up, then of course, cards move. And is this player going to be the next whoever, Derek Jeter, or whatever the case may be? Well, Fanatics Topps has signed, thanks to college nil deals, their first college baseball player to a trading card memorabilia deal. I saw this on Sports Collectors Daily. It's a two-way star, Ohtani Part 2, probably not Ohtani Part 2, but this is a two-way star at UF. And apologies, I cannot pronounce the name. Jock Caglianone. I know some people are going to light me up for it, but it's not an easy name to say. This isn't Kevin Smith. It's a tough one. But anyway, 6'5" left-hander strikes out, according to Sports Collectors Daily's article, strikes out 10.2 batters on average per 9 innings, while also batting .411 as a first baseman, also tied for 4th in college baseball with 33 home runs heading into the College World Series. There's already autographed baseballs and jerseys and all the goodness on Fanatics' website. But again, I want to hear from really baseball card collectors, not necessarily the folks that are collecting the vintage stuff that don't really touch the new modern players. But if you're a baseball card prospector, what does this mean for you? Is there something you're getting into that you're interested in? Is this getting kind of a pre-First Bowman? What does it mean for First Bowman cards? And actually, of course, what this probably means is there's, like for this guy in particular, there's going to be a college First Bowman where it's a First Bowman at UF card for this guy. I'm assuming that's how they're going to do it. Is that considered to be as important or less important or more important than the way that baseball card prospectors do it now? I would like to hear from you all in the comments section below. My friends, that is all we've got today. Tomorrow, actually, I'm going to talk about the national and card prices, just some thoughts around how I feel card prices are going to look as we head into the 2024 National in Cleveland. So I'm excited to talk about that. My friends, have an amazing day ahead. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.